Salute, 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 salute. It's your boy Gamer Kids came back here with another one here to review the Knicks versus the Orlando Magic yesterday. Really exciting game. Came down to the wire. They obviously had that rule. We had the first 7 points in overtime. Jaylen Martin with the game winner. We're going to talk about uh, Isaiah Roby. That backup four spot is still wide open, man. It is as open as it's ever been right now. Actually, no, it hasn't been locked down. So it's always been kind of open, but it doesn't really matter. Just kind of talking out my ass. But yeah, that backup four position, man. Get me Trendon Watford. Get me Trendon Watford right now. If you need a backup four, sign him to that MOE to the biannual exception. I think it's around like 4.5 million, whatever the hell it is. But yeah, he needs to be signed. he needs to be signed now. The Isaiah Roby contract is experiment is about finito. The hell? Yeah, but we're gonna get to it, man. Let me just let some people into the building before we get started. Salute to Mariah Slaughter in the building. Seems like she's the only person watch right now. I know it's a random time. This is around 3:12 p.m. Excuse me, Eastern time. So it's an odd time. All right, let me see you guys say Nick G 2K1 salute my guy. He said he saw me at the game yesterday. I didn't know I could be seen at the Celtics game. That was a fun game to watch. Celtics versus Lakers. Got some players on there. Max Christie. Obviously Jordan Walsh had a really good game. One thing I would say about Jordan Walsh too, man. And we just talking. I'm just letting some people pile in. One thing I say about Jordan Walsh, man, that guy keeps himself in excellent shape. He looked even more fit than what I saw at Arkansas. In Arkansas, he wasn't fat or anything. He wasn't like flabby. He looked like fine. He looked like a decently conditioned basketball player. But yesterday, he looked like, I think he lost even more weight. I don't know what he lost even more fat. He looked like I can't see it on TV, but he looked like cut. Like, yeah, I'm out here losing weight and I'm killing all y'all. Like it was fun to see him, man. Very composed game. I love watching his game. As a guy said, you get in the second round. I wasn't clamoring for him, so I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I was crying. Oh my gosh. But I thought he looked really good yesterday. His shooting form is down packed. How he attacks a basket, his decision making, can take contested jumpers off the dribble. There's absolutely nothing to not like about his game. That sounded weird. So wait, there's absolutely nothing to hate. Let me say this: there's nothing to hate about his game or dislike about his game. Now, does he get minutes this year for the Celtics? Let's see. Brown, Tatum, obviously. Oh, you could, because obviously Derek White would be obviously he's going to be playing a major role for the Celtics. Does he start? Does Derek White start? I guess. Brogdon comes off the bench. Jordan Walsh could see some minutes for the Celtics. Don't be surprised. I'm just trying to think of their roster right now. Grant Williams is gone, even though they don't play the same position. Just thinking like numbers distribution wise, I think Jordan Walsh could get some minutes for the Lakers, for the Celtics this upcoming season. So don't be surprised if he starts to show out for the Celtics. Because one, they can use the defense, losing on Marcus Smart. They always going to want shooting. But a slasher attacker, if Derek White starts, you want somebody to kind of penetrate to the basket, even though he's more of a wing than a guard. Like Derek White is a big ass guard. Jordan Walsh is more of a wing player. But yeah, it could definitely work. It could definitely work for Jordan Walsh this season, man. But his game is really fun to watch, really compact. Another guy too, Sue's my guy, Evergreen, man. He was talking about this guy yesterday, Jay Scrub, who yesterday, I was sitting next to, so there's a father and his son I sit next to. He's, weirdly enough, he's a Knicks fan from Brooklyn, from Williamsburg, so suit to Andy. But he moved to Orlando. He's been in Orlando for 40 minutes. For 42 years, excuse me. And so he's a Knicks and a Magic fan. But we were talking about Jay Scrub, and he was like, "Yeah, Jay Scrub, I believe, was with the Magic last year, and he liked him, thought he could shoot and everything. Just for whatever reason, really get a chance. But yeah, Jay Scrub, he played well yesterday. 18 points, 6 for 12 yesterday, 4 for 7 from 3. Hit that clutch 3. I think it was like a buzzer beater in the first or second quarter. I can't remember. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He played really well. That's it. I doubt the Knicks. I don't know. The Knicks need to infuse some talent. I think some overall talent to the G League, to the Westchester team. But yeah, I say Jay Scrub, man. If you need a guard, kind of scoring bunches, defend, kind of do everything. I think that I'm itching everywhere. That's a guy I definitely will look at. Kenny Payne says you're in Vegas. Yes, sir. I like Walsh's energy off energy alone. He says, how was a Polish center? Suwalski, he didn't really do much. He missed the pass too. That came straight to him underneath. He wasn't impressing at all. Is that your guy? Have you guys been following him a lot in Poland? But no, he didn't really do much of anything yesterday. Not to destroy him. He said, yo, what up? Suits my guy JJ in the building. East Blue Drew, salute. He's definitely getting some minutes. This is a draft for wing prospect. Agreed. Also, Thompson did look good yesterday. Can run the floor really well. I will say this. His dribbling got to improve a little bit. I know it sounds crazy because it seems like he likes to just use his speed and explode and get to the basket, which is fine. In half-court sets, they play him a lot in the corner. Again, they're trying to get that shot to kind of materialize. That's something that I heard even from Overtime Elite. They've been working on that. Him and his brother have been working on their shooting incessantly. So we'll definitely see. But yeah, also Thompson. Again, to me, to unlock players who are athletic like that, who can move, who have court, they have to shoot. They have to shoot. It's just simple as that. If you're a ball handler, if you're almost anybody in this league, you got to be able to shoot, man. You got to be able to shoot. So Jaylen Martin and Charlie Brown impressed me. Roby not kills never. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to the Knicks, man. DeQuan Jeffries doing anything. Well, DeQuan Jeffries has been out. He only played one game, and then he's been cold the last 2 games. So he hasn't really been playing. He said, Gima, when you quitting your job to be a full-time YouTuber, when you guys get me to 7,000, man, give me the 7,000 and I'll start thinking about it, man. But no, it is. I would love to work for a team, to be a scout, be able to watch players, work on player development, whatnot, do research. I would love to work in that capacity, and then also have a YouTube channel on the side. But obviously, I probably can't even have it directly on the Knicks it'd be weird because you can't really be talking about the Knicks if you're working for the Knicks, or probably if you work for any NBA team. But it's funny when I'm going out gambling at night. It's fun to see some of the people. Like I seen 2 people work. Let me chill. I seen 2 people work for an NBA team. One dude I saw too. He's a equipment manager. We're talking about the Knicks. And oh yeah, we just signed Quinn. Yeah, was it $96 million for 4 years or something like that? Yeah, so or $96 million. I don't know for how many years, but yeah, I just saw that. But yeah, let's get to this Mets. Let's get to this Knicks game. So Knicks solid win against the Magic yesterday, a team that we are losing to. Let me just make some observations for the guys on the team. Jet Howard is going to be a solid 2 guard in this league. If that shot, obviously he likes to shoot, likes to have the ball in his hands as well too. But with the Magic, he's not going to have to do that as much. You're going to have Paolo. He's still going to have Markelle Fultz. Obviously, Anthony Black is the succession kind of plan for them. You're also going to have guys like Franz Wagner who handle the ball. So there's going to be a lot of people who can operate the ball in their hands on that team. So he just has to basically be a catch and shoot guy, catch and attack type of player. And from what I've seen yesterday, obviously it's summer league, but from seeing this game in Michigan, seeing what I saw yesterday, I think he should be fine. Getting the job was really playing on the freaking box score. He looked really good yesterday. Hit some contested 3 as well too. There are times where Knicks were trying to close out on him, didn't work. There are times where Knicks were a little bit late and close out on him, Jaylen Martin. And he could still hit shots. And it was fun to see him do this in front of his dad. And Tom Thibodeau and his dad were talking, probably talking about his game because he was kind of killing us. Yes, he really didn't have much chance for him on the outside. I would say it's funny. I watched the sideline, the front office. Yes, the guy said bless you and then thank you to himself. Yes, that was him. I think Scoot could be rookie of the year. That's me. I believe that. But it's funny seeing the Knicks brass, the front office, seeing Tom Thibodeau. Gerson Rojas was right next to him. I didn't see them talk once. I seen Tibbs talk to Leon Rose. I seen Tibbs talk to who also came up? I want to say Greer spoke to him. I did not see Tom Thibodeau and Gerson Rojas because Gerson Rojas was the guy who basically replaced Tom Thibodeau in Minnesota. And of course, Leon Rose and his dumbass. Leon Rose brings Gerson Rojas over here to make everything special, because that makes perfect sense. Instead of hiring Tayshaun Prince from the Grizzlies, instead of hiring a young up-and-coming GM that can sit up here and say, hey, you know what? Okay, we're going to be cap. We got to talk about this too. The Knicks are too cap-focused, I think, in terms of getting players. And I get it. You're trying to build a team that can kind of compete now, get the best out of Jaylen Brunson's years before he has to get the max. If he's playing like he's going to get the max 2025. But I would like to have a GM in here who could bolster the G League team, because let's be honest, we have way too many decent floor expected, but not great ceiling type of guys in the G League. And again, how the CBA is shaped up to be, how teams are going to be shaped up to be, or how the CBA is, how teams are going to be shaped up to be, is that you're going to have 2 stars, depth, and a young up and coming players underneath. And we got to restock this, or we got to stock up this damn G League team with some high-end talent that could pan out in the future. Once you're making trades, say you're trading off the RJs, you're trading off Quentin Grimes, you're trading off IQ, who's going to – and do y'all hear this when I pound on the table? Let me know if that's too loud. When you trade those guys off, who's the next up-and-coming guy in the pipeline that could possibly be a star, that could possibly break out? And sorry, I don't know why if y'all can hear that, the freaking sink, it has this weird thing where it's like, it like drain. I don't know what the hell. It's draining like every 2 minutes. I don't know what the hell. But anyway, so I would like to have a young GM up in here who can worry a little bit more about player development, player assessment, team build for the future in terms of using picks to get gems. I just think way too much that we just look at these high floor guys, and sometimes you expect a little bit too much out of them. Expect a little bit too much out of these high floor guys, man. When guys get hurt, Randall's can't play well, can't play effectively in the playoffs. Jaylen Brunson, the only guy. RJ Barrett is, RJ Barrett played one of the players outside shooting threes. And that last game was terrible. We need some other guys to step up, man. That's all I'll say. So when you're looking at this G League team, so again, with the Magic, Jet Howard's going to be a player. Absolutely. I think that was a good pick. Even though they had other picks to make it a 2-guard position, or the 2 position that I thought would have been fine in terms of just getting a sniper, somebody can hit shots. I think Jet Howard's going to be fine. They have a tall lineup too. You got Wendell Carter, you got Paolo Wagner, or Wagner, and Jet Howard. That's a tall lineup. So you're talking about length defending the passing lanes. You're talking about mismatches, because Jet Howard can operate the ball a little bit, and he has the best of a situation, or has a really good situation with the Magic where he's not going to be the primary guy. He's going to be he's going to be your 4th scorer probably. What the hell? This drain thing is bugging me out. I'm sorry, man. So he's gonna have a great situation. He's gonna be a 4th scorer, and he could develop his ball handling, because he did a lot of ball handling with the he operated the ball a lot in his hands with Michigan. People say it's always nepotism because his father. But to me, I always compared him to Amani Bates and said he was a more well-behaved Amani Bates. So yeah, Jet Howard's gonna be fine. Anthony Black, the guy that on Twitter, you have buffoons talking about, I'd rather have. Oh, by the way, before I get to Anthony Black and the stupid things I heard on Twitter, salute to all the Filipino supporters out there, man, for Kai Soto. That was dope. Now, I would say this. I was sitting in front of a lady and her child. Ma'am, you better raise your child better, because you have a child kicking my seat. I had to switch seats to the other side because she was screaming in my ear, the mother, and then allowing her child to kick my seat. I didn't say anything. Please teach your kid better manners. It's unacceptable. I know you're there. You're here for Kai Soto. You're at a summer league game. You probably don't go to many NBA games or whatever, so you feel excited. So the screaming, I get it. But a child, when I'm looking back like, hey, control yourself. You know what I'm saying? I understand it's the kids. I don't care. There are other extremely well-behaved kids all throughout the stadium. Control your damn kids. It's not cute. It's not fun. I pay tickets for this just like you. I want to enjoy the game. And I don't mind the screaming, but someone kicking my seat constantly, knowing that they're doing wrong, is not cool. I'm just saying, discipline your child or life will. Because I've seen it before. Y'all allow some of y'all kids to go willy-nilly. They grow up being unchecked, and they get checked by life. And then you'd be like, oh, my child was so... No, you raised them wrong. I know that sounds harsh. I don't give a damn. That was unacceptable yesterday. Kicking my seat. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't kick people's seats. What is wrong with people? It's a child. You're supposed to check your child. But anyway, let me take it. Salute to all the Filipino fans. Did support Kai, so he didn't play. But golly, I mean, what was it? Kuya Kai is a statement of some. I don't know what it means, but I guess it's to support Soto. Is unfortunate he didn't play. But for all the people that are trying to hype up Kai Soto, not sure he's an NBA player. He may have to go overseas, prove his worth. Not sure he's getting playing time with him. He's definitely not getting playing time with him. Imagine. Just a really raw player. So good luck to him. But it was dope to see Filipino fans out in droves. For him. So that was dope. But let's get to Anthony Black. So on Twitter, you had people talking about Anthony Black over Jaylen Brunson because he had that 17-point game the other night. The last 2 games he's not been great scoring-wise. Now, against the Knicks yesterday, I say this, he got to the basket in terms of got to the paint area for his floater. It looks relatively effective, so I'll give him that. But once the defense started to hone in, one thing that Anthony Black liked to do yesterday, especially attacking from the left, was to drive from his right. And I'll give the Knicks credit for, well, he beat, was it Jaylen Martin? I want to say he beat one time to the back, to his right, but then the help came, and he had no space to really shoot or get off the floater. And yesterday I was screaming, and the Magic fan, the father I was talking about, that's a Nick and a Magic fan. He said, we both said it, or I said it, and he confirmed it. I was like, yo, I kept screaming, let him shoot the ball. Let him shoot. Why you? I know in the NBA you're supposed to play hard defense and be up, especially with summer league. But to me, if I see an advantage where I know you can't shoot, you got a slow load up, I'm letting you shoot. And if Daisuke Yashimoto, if Tom Thibodeau want to ask you, oh, why didn't you let that? Why'd you give him? Coach, he can't shoot. He's not a good 3-point shooter. He has a slow load up. I could play off him. I could play the passing. If he wants to try to throw it, I can help on the passing. I can play a little bit of the passing lanes. Let him shoot. I'm dropping off of him until he proves that he can shoot. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that drain, right? It's disgusting. I don't know what the hell after that sound. That snake came out. I hope not. I pray to God not. But I don't know, man. This hotel's bugging out. Yeah, but I was like, yo, let this dude shoot. He cannot shoot. Now, I will say this. It's embarrassing that he had 17 rebounds. He had more than Isaiah Roby, who we're going to get to. We're going to talk about the Knicks. But Anthony Black in this league is going to learn how to shoot. He has a good crossover. He's not the quickest, not the fastest, but he can attack off your missteps. He has good hezzy. I'll give him that. But there's just no way. I can't see him. Now, granted, I'm saying this, and Markelle Fultz has found a way to be effective in the NBA. But I think Markelle Fultz is still a better player than Anthony Black. I think he has good core vision, if not better. I think he has better core vision than Anthony Black. Anthony Black has core vision, but to me, Markelle Fultz is just a lot more athletic than him as well too than Anthony Black. And I'm not poo-pooing Anthony Black. I just don't see Anthony Black if he doesn't get a jump shot, unless he plays on a team like Magic. You have a stacked team. You just facilitate. You don't have to be a shooter. He's gonna have to learn how to shoot. Just plain and simple to me. But let's get to the Knicks, man. Let me get to my notes. And I like to take down these notes. Your man Isaiah Roby. Oh, man. Your man Isaiah Roby, who I thought could sneak in and possibly be your backup for, is not looking too kosher for him. It is not looking too kosher for your boy. Shiza, come on. And now, as I talk, this is where all my freaking phlegm comes out. So, excuse me. Where are my notes? Why is it not coming? All right, here we are. So yeah, Isaiah Roby, man. Let's get to the positive. So yesterday, some guys played out. Guys who I don't gonna make the team. Peterson, the smaller point guard. Oh, now this guy hits me up. Yeah. All right, bro. This is what happens when you try to meet with people in Vegas. You got all these excuses. Whatever. Anyway, want to give credit to QJ Peterson, had 16 yesterday. Basically carried us yesterday in terms of holding it down for Knicks against back into the game. He was 6 for 19, 2 for 9 from 3, but hit some clutch shots. I'll give him that. Miniature guard, he was taking some wild shots from outside. But with Tom Thibodeau and Rose, I think he's trying to make an impression. Tom is not going to impress. Tom Thibodeau might impress Rose because he kind of saved us, kind of held us down to get us back into the game. Is he a player for the Knicks? Most likely not. This is going to be G League guy probably. This is where you could get a guy, like I said, a Michael DeVoe from the Portland Trailblazers if he doesn't stick. A guy like Jay Scrub if he doesn't stick with the Celtics. That's where I would try to replace some of his guys. And maybe one of those guys get a call up with the Knicks one day. It could be a bench scorer. I could see Michael DeVoe being your quasi. Who could be your quasi microwave scorer. I would say right now. I wouldn't say that microwave scorer. I would say he's more like a Nebhard type, like Andrew Nebhard type. Michael DeVoe is playing with the Portland Trailblazers right now. That's definitely a guy I would love to pick up. Some other guys before I get to the heart of the conversation. Garrett had 5 points. I thought he moved well with the ball, one from outside. He hit that corner shot. I thought he played okay defense at times. Again, another guy I'm not really seeing, crazy long future him. Jaylen Harris is most likely out. Unfortunately, he's getting less and less minutes. Or not less. He's just not even getting many looks. But yeah, I feel bad for him. Every time he comes in, it's weird. The offense really doesn't go through him. He's just there to kind of move the ball around. He's missing shots where he has an opportunity here and there. He's not making shots. Now, Scap and Sev, I like his toughness. Only 4 points, but he has 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. He's our toughest front court player. Now, I'll say this. Michael Forster is playing well as well, too. He's playing decently in the paint, but I got to give it to Scap and Sev in terms of having 2 guys draped on him in the paint, fighting for rebounds. He's definitely trying to show us where. I don't know if it's going to be with the Knicks. I don't know if it's going to be a Knicks, but, if he get a shot with the G League team, that'd be a decent body to have out there. I thought he's playing well these past few games. He's not really showing up in a box score like that, but he's fighting down low for rebounds. He's doing a lot better than Roby. Let me just get to Roby, man. Isaiah Roby, 6 points, 0 for 4 from 3, 3 for 8 from the field. This dude is soft. He is soft. He's playing soft. The opportunities where he had rebounds, he's losing them. Guys are crashing the boards, and the ball, when it's literally in his hand, they're tapping it out of his hands, and he's losing it. 2 times in transition yesterday. These guys he's trying to attack to the basket. Had an option. I think the second time he had a turnover, had Charlie Brown, I believe, to his left in the left wing, and try to because he's trying to make the wild play. He's doing the Julius Randle thing, trying to make this wild play. Attacks towards the basket, leaves his feet because the defense gets on him, but they also kind of played on him and Michael Forster. And then he tries to make, I think, like a slip pass or something to Michael Forster, loses out of bounds. The same crap early, I believe, in the first half. The threes that he shot, the last three I remember him taking was a bad contested three. Just had the ball in his hands when he couldn't think of anything to do and just shot the three. Just bad decision making. I think the pressure's on him. And instead of him just playing his game and playing as a complimentary piece, you want to see that effort and the hustles on crashing the boards. Bro, he had 5 rebounds yesterday. Your man Anthony Black was crashing the boards on the defensive end. You see this guy basically tapping the freaking backboard with the ball. Anthony Black, that is, has 17 rebounds. Isaiah Roby has 5 rebounds. I'm just saying, man. I think when you talk about a guy who's been in the NBA already, and he's trying out for things like the G League, we're supposed to be looking at this like, okay, he's good for the NBA. He's been in the NBA. We don't need this. He doesn't need this. We don't need to see him play in the summer league. This is too small competition for him. That's how we should be looking at Isaiah Roby, man. Now, what I say to start out, I said, what about Isaiah Roby? Toughness, right? Especially defending in the paint. Toughness, right? Being assertive, right? It's not showing that. It's not showing that whatsoever. Just way too many times, 2 guys attacking the basket on him. Laterally, he's not crazy impressive. I mean, like, that's something you have to. I know it's summer league, so I'm not trying to overdo it, but I'm not really finding much vying Isaiah Roby. That's where you look at a guy like Trendon Watford, a guy who can run the floor, who can defend. It's a lot tougher. It's a lot tougher than your man Roby. I'd take Trendon Watford on that biannual. I believe it's 4.5 any day of the week. Trendon Watford also shot decently from outside. He didn't shoot many attempts, only 1 attempt a game. but shot 39.1% last year, 56% from the field, 7.4 points, average around 3.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists. You definitely want that rebounding to go up. But let me see his rebounding percentage. I just remember him 2 years ago for the Blazers, and I kind of like this game when they had nobody. They had him and that, who's the other light skinned dude with the hair, like the energy guy with the hair. I'm forgetting his damn name on the Blazers. Let me see your rebounding percentage. A rebounding percentage, 19.2% last year. Yeah, I'm good with the Isaiah Roby experiment, man. It's a $6 million deal, a 2-year deal. Isaiah Roby, though, he was probably home free to back up for. Hell no, you're supposed to. No, you're supposed to. If you can't handle somebody, you can't handle the NBA. Roby doesn't look like he wants it. I think he's just pressing. I think he's just pressing. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. I have too much fun. I'll be right back. Oh. Oh. What the hell? Yo, your man Andy might be right, son. I might have a snake. I just see a whole bunch of black. I see like a black mark in my sink. I didn't have a black mark there before, so it's spitting up something. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm scared now. I'm about to leave this place. Nah, nothing is given to you. Got to earn it. So yeah, I just saw nothing really from Isaiah Roby, and this might be the end. They have one more game tomorrow. We're definitely not going to be in the championship, so it is what it is. But I'm not really seeing anything impressive from him. So the two guys who are impressing or playing well is Charlie Brown Jr., who I got to give credit to. That jumper is ugly as hell, but he shot well from outside. I can't stand this jumper to save my life. I hate players who do that. They shoot from the side. I hated that. Growing up, playing on the courts, I hated seeing people do that crap. But it's working for him. 19 points, 3 for 7 from the 3, 8 for 15 from the field, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 4 blocks. It's definitely showing his wares in terms of being on both ends. I like him as a help side, a help defender, crashing from wings, leaving his guy to kind of help out against ball handlers. Again, the attacking the basket has been solid. Can run the floor really well. Plays composed in the half court. I got to give him that. I wasn't the greatest fans of him. I just didn't think much of him, but I think he could stick for that G League team for the Westchester Knicks. Now, Charlie Brown Jr., let's see. Yeah, he was with last year. He was with the – oh, no, he was out the league. He's 26 years old. So he was out the league, I want to say, for a year. Yeah, he was out the league. He last played with Philadelphia. So he's got a cup of coffee with several teams: Atlanta, OKC, Dallas, Philadelphia. But I gotta give it to him, man. He's showing his wares. He's playing well, attacking the basket well. Is he an answer at the wing position? In the future, is he guys gonna make the league? I don't know. Maybe he can sneak onto the bench as your 15 man. I don't know. But he is playing well in the summer league. Got to give him a lot of credit. Jaylen Martin. This is my guy, Gideon Monqua. So to everybody in the chat, man. If you gave me a salute, man, you said what up, and I didn't see you, bro. Guys, and gals, I appreciate you guys. Salute to each and every one of you guys. Mariah Slaughter, Andy N. Yo, bro. Yeah, I'm scared now, bro. There's something black. It's like a black. It's like if someone put black paint around in the singing. That definitely wasn't there before. I don't know what the hell's going on. Gideon, salute. East Blue Drew, salute. Everybody, Nick G 2K1, salute. JJ, my guy, salute. Captain Matumbo, Hulu Caesar, excuse me, salute. D Moore, salute. B Sky, salute as well too, man. Salute to everybody in the building. I appreciate you guys, man. Here talking about these bum ass summer league games. Let me get to this question. Before I get to, I have one question. What do you think has a better future to be also in the league? Michael Porter from Nuggets. Michael Porter. Bro, if you score efficiently, You score efficiently in this league, bro. Is Michael Porter. He's a natural scorer. Like, I don't even know why you asked me that question. RJ Barrett has an uphill. RJ Barrett has to be consistent and find his game. Maybe it's an octopus. Maybe it is. I don't know what. This is a cheap ass hotel. I can't even use a freaking Wi-Fi because it's trash here. So this is a cheap ass motel, man. I'm scared. We were trying to say these guys playing some leagues better than the guy that was. Oh yeah, let me get this guy on Twitter. I ain't gonna say. I don't know if he's watching. I doubt he's watching. Oh, Julu. I'm sorry, man. Julu Cesar. My bad, bro. Or Julu Caesar. My bad. Your man's talking about he'd rather have Anthony Black over Jaylen Brunson. Now, this is what we do. Is why is it that the one year the Knicks do so well, the one year the Knicks excel, get to second round of playoffs, which everybody said, oh, if Tom Thibodeau doesn't get to the second round, he should be fired. If Tom Thibodeau gets to the second round, I've heard people, I'm not gonna say his name, but he's in a Twitter group chat saying that he would give Tom Thibodeau credit if we got the second round. Went to the second round, he's got to give Tom Thibodeau any credit. I'm just saying, man. You Knicks fans are annoying, bro. You Knicks fans are annoying, man. Anthony Black over Jaylen Brunson. Oh, Anthony Black sets up his players better. Well, let's look at the statistics yesterday. Only two guys were double-digit points yesterday. Jett Howard, who was creating a lot of his own shots, I saw the catch and shoots, and Weatherspoon, who was 17. Now, Anthony Black had how many assists yesterday? 4 assists? 4 assists. And it wasn't as if the Knicks defense was the shutdown defense. There were a lot of open shots for players. So I don't know where you got, not to say that Anthony Black is not going to be a good player. I think he can be. Very much can be. But to say him over Jaylen Brunson, are you out of your freaking skulls? Knicks fans, man. You guys are never going to find happiness. You'll never find happiness. And not say that Knicks are in a perfect position now that we're done building. No, we're not. But to say Jaylen Brunson over Anthony Black over Jaylen Brunson, you're out of your freaking skulls, man. Jaylen Brunson, they say, doesn't get his guys involved, but he creates gravity. And it's not his fault that guys like RJ, guys like Rand, all those guys can't shoot. It's not his fault that guys can't screen, so you can't run these so-called intricate plays, these so-called all these plays that get guys into their spots. Bruh, if I have a guy in RJ Barrett shooting 0 for 8 from 3, I'm going to damn sure hesitate to keep him, especially if it's a close game. Guys are having open shots. Don't matter if you're doing a Spain pick and roll. Don't matter if you're doing a flex play. Don't matter if you're doing the horns. It don't matter. What is happening now? Why is my internet showing up like it's going slow? Let me know if my internet's going slow. Hold on. Are we good now? It's gravity. You tell me that the top 5 pure point guards in this league who aren't so-called gravity-driven players, who can't shoot, who will just focus on facilitating and playmaking for others, and they're starting guards in this league. Just tell me. I'll wait. Right. Exactly. It doesn't exist. Everything is gravity. Every point guard is essentially a combo guard. Said Brunson had to be Jesus. Yeah. Let me tell you this. When it gets onto the playoffs, most teams, especially in the late in games, when they're running ISO, they might run one high pick and roll and kick it out. They're not running intricate plays in the playoffs like that, except for maybe the Denver Nuggets because they run a Princeton offense. And most of it still was predicated off of Giannis. Let's say Giannis. Off of Jokic. So I don't know what some people are smoking. I know everybody wants the newest, youngest player. A lot of your first-round picks who are not going to make it. A lot of guys now that we're praising who are not going to make it for circumstances, for talent, for a variety of reasons. They're not going to make it. And yet we're sitting up here and saying that we'd rather have guys over established stars in this league. I'm going to say established, but up-and-coming stars in this league who are proving their wares, who've shown they could I won't say dominate, but have being a elite guard in this league. Whether you like it or not, Jaylen Brunson is a top point guard in the Eastern Conference. And I said this, I put this on Twitter. I think the run is going to be Jaylen Brunson and Halliburton. That's going to be an underrated battle going forward. That's just my take, but I think Jalen Brunson is a top point guard in the Eastern Conference. Now, I know guys like Kyrie have left, and so he's kind of being helped in that regard. But in the Eastern Conference, someone who's a better point guard than Jalen Brunson right now. I'll let you guys in the chat decide that. I said Brunson's by shooter. I don't know what you smoke. Cam Reddish taking LeBron's spot. They saying, yeah, and here's the thing, too. We cry over Cam Reddish, we cry over Obi Toppin. That's another ask the father, the guy, because people think I'm hating Obi Toppin. Ask him how he felt about Obi Toppin. Oh, he's a good kid. We probably didn't get really much of a chance, blah, blah, blah. He wasn't this ecstatic. He wasn't ecstatic or crazy over Obi Toppin. And Obi Toppin, what's funny? Obi Toppin's going to have a harder time in Indiana, probably. More of an uphill battle in the end than he had over here. You already talked about his last episode, but all the guys in front of him, the guys they've acquired, the guys are still looking at try to get Pascal Siakam. So Obi Toppin have a tough. Let me get to Jaylen Martin. Jaylen Martin with the game winner yesterday for the Knicks. Been playing relatively well. One thing I'll say about Jaylen Martin, now he did have one play. He had one take to his left. I'll give him credit for that. Yesterday, I thought his defense was a little iffy to start out. His closeouts were a little bit too aggressive. He had his closeouts actually all over the place. There's one closeout where it was either Black or maybe Jet, maybe even Black, who attacked him off the dribble, got to the basket because the closeout was a little bit too aggressive. And there's one where he didn't close out quick enough on Jet Howard. Jet Howard hit the three near the corner to the wing, that area. Again, he's a guy who's going to work hard. Jaylen Martin, so I don't think it's an issue of a lack of urgency, or I just think it's sometimes just focus at times with him on the defensive end. But I thought offensively he looked okay. It was 1 for 2 from 3, 4 for 7 from the field. Again, he attacks a lot off the right. He has to work on his left. And the sad thing, not sad, but the funny thing is that when he did attack off the left at one time, I think did he get a foul? I want to say he got a foul. I can't remember. But I think he got a foul. And I was like, why is he not attacking to the left a lot more? Right? So, I thought he looked okay yesterday. He's probably one of the best players outside of Charlie Brown in terms of our best so-called prospects on his G League team. Jaylen Martin, the shot form, I think, is getting better. I think sometimes the release, I try to look at the release and see the consistency. I try to see rotations. He definitely has to work on that because sometimes the rotations just aren't there. But other guys I've seen, like, say, for instance, who killed the other day, Ben Shepherd for the Pacers. Every time he shot a three, I saw the rotation. Beautiful. And that's what I try to look at. See them rotations to see, okay, is he, when he catches the ball, is he fast on the ball in his hands quick enough and properly enough to get the nice rotations? That to me sometimes really dictates, the success of your shots. Because, yesterday, look, the form I think is fine. The base I think is fine enough. The release, again, that's where he has to work on. It's just, just really that. So once he gets that down pack, again, I think he likes to shoot more off the dribble. I think he feels more comfortable doing so. But again, you're not going to get the ball in your hands. You should always think in your mind, you're never going to get the ball in your hands. Someone's going to be getting you the ball in your spots. So hopefully he works on that to improve his chances of making the league with the Knicks. But, yeah, he was a bright spot yesterday. He had that tough layup yesterday. I loved the little plan they ran to tie up the game between Michael Forster, to get us a lead initially in regulation. Michael Forster and the Charlie Brown play, that was a good out-of-bounds play. Is that Dice game? Maybe is that Tom Thibodeau? I don't know. But it worked really well. I thought they looked good doing it. Michael Forster, I really wonder what is his game, because I was speaking to somebody who's so-called connected. Just kidding. I'm just saying air quotes to be annoying. And he said that's not the real Michael Forster, man. Y'all don't know his game. So I guess he's still being held back. But him playing in that quasi-4 position, he might be a backup 4. He might be a backup 4 over Roby. He tries to play hard. He hustles. Can play the pick and roll relatively well, at least for what I saw in the summer league so far. Yesterday, he finished 7 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Can also pass the ball as well, too. So he could be a backup 4 if it's true on the summer league. But to me, I'm trying to got the Trendon Watford. Give him that biannual and move on from Isaiah Roby. No offense to Isaiah Roby, but playing way too soft. This would be a place where you're dominating, with your shot is falling more consistently. You only really had a decent game, too. To be honest, but I just don't see a crazy future where you're taking over the fourth spot for the Knicks. Now, other prospects I watched. I spoke about seeing Eamon Austin Thompson yesterday. The jump shot with him as well too is not broken. I think it's a tweak here and there. Had a few shots in the corner that just missed, but you can tell he's been working that shot. Again, he's an athletic freak. Had that one play in transition with the behind the back dunk. But what I was really impressed by, not that there's anything new, was just his defensive intensity, where he can either slide his feet, or he can run back, right? And I don't typically like the run backs, but if somebody beats him either side, he can't slide his feet anymore. He can actually run with them. He likes to use his hands to be disruptive against ball handlers. So again, I would love to see him again as a one-on-one guy. Not saying they're going to start him on maybe they don't start him because you already have Jaylen Cade, but to come in and be a defensive stopper, like kind of like how the Warriors kind of use Kuminga to start out, just throw him on teams' best guards and even some wing plays late in games. Just see him get those steals, those deflections, just run the floor. Oh, it's gonna be fun to watch. Him and his brother gonna be fun to watch. Obviously, Amen is better on the ball, but again, the key to those guys being, I think, really good prospects that only turn out to be NBA players to actually being stars in his league. Got to get that shot down pat. Like again, like I said, it's been noted that they've been working on that jump shot incessantly when they're with overtime elite. So it's not as if they're resting on laurels or they're being lazy. It just has to come to fruition. Some other guys who I saw Ousmane Dieng look really good. Now I know this is a guy that the Knicks chose. Was it last year in the draft? Obviously, we used the capital to get Jaylen to create space and end up getting Jalen Brunson. But yeah, Ousmane Dieng looked good yesterday, and that was a guy I liked in last year's draft. Talked about him coming from NBL. Talked about the upside. Obviously, he had the wrist injury, so he wasn't really 100%, but he looked really damn good for OKC. OKC, and this is where I'll give a little pushback, like I said, to us only caring about the cap. You know, Ousmane Dieng looked damn good, man. And I'm trying to build out a G League of young players that again can move up the pipeline. Once we trade off some players and we just need some cheap talent to kind of complement the guys that we already have, and then possibly turn into stars once those guys move on, or if we want to trade guys. It creates better leverage for us. We have a better team on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So I just, Ousmane Dieng just he looked damn good yesterday, man. I think he had 22 points yesterday. The jump shot was natural as hell. It just looked so natural. He could attack off the dribble, made a nice assist, wraparound pass, driving into the paint that Derrick Rose played. Yeah, man, Ousmane Dieng, man, he's a cheat code. OKC is building something, man. You got Chet, you got Jalen Williams, the one from Arkansas. You got Jalen Williams, the one from Santa Clara. You got Ousmane Dieng. And that's why they gave Isaiah Roby, because they drafted a bunch of guys for the front court. And they didn't really need him anymore. Obviously, Casey Wallace struggled yesterday, but I think he'll be fine. That team is stacked, man, in terms of young talent. Obviously, SGA. Whew. That's going to be a fun team to watch, man. That's going to be a fun team to watch. Ousmane Dieng, it could be special, man. Like I said, Jay Scrubb, Jordan Walsh played relatively well. Played really well yesterday. Excuse me, I said relatively well. Played really well yesterday. I'm trying to think of some other guys, man. Who else? Max Christie, my son. Max Christie. He's not my son. I liked him coming out of Michigan State, but he had such a poor, 3/4 of the season. So I'm not going to act like he was the guy, but he was the guy I mentioned early on about the Knicks possibly looking at in terms of wing prospects. Him and Bryce McGowan's from Nebraska, who got drafted by the Hornets, who's kind of been The thing with Bryce McGowan is he plays at one speed. I don't know if he has another gear to go to. He's an athletic player. He has all the physical talent. I just don't know if he has that. He needs that second gear. Now, I'll say this with Christie. Christie at time just last year, you could argue the same thing too. He kind of looked a little iffy. And whatever the Lakers did this season, they lit a fire in this guy, man, because he looks uber aggressive. Now, my son Maxwell Lewis, he hardly got the ball yesterday. I was so pissed. They took him out. I was like, yo, man, stop playing my son Maxwell Lewis. But I think he'll be fine. Again, I think the tenacity is there. Guy was guarding guys from a half-court line. I think he'll be fine, man. Max Christie looked damn good yesterday. Max Christie looks good. Pause. 7-14 yesterday, 2-5 from 3, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. I'll say it's 2. I don't know where he found this extra shift in explosiveness and gear. I don't know where he found this, but it looks good. Like off the dribble, he had one move. Was it for a layup? Where he drove from at the top of the key or near the left wing. And I was like, I never thought Max Christie was this explosive. And he just dribbled, boom, and then just caught. I was like, off the left. I said, what the hell is this? Sorry, I'm telling you, the Lakers are building something with their wings, man. The Lakers are building something with their wings, man. I like the. By the way, who this disadvantages? If that's a word, the way I use it. Cam Reddish. It's Cam Reddish, a 2-year deal, but how's he going to touch the floor? Max Christie's still doing this. You talk about a guy who can also shoot, not like, bro. Cam Reddish cannot shoot, so where's he? I don't know. He can't catch and shoot. Let me say it like that. Because I know people, he can't shoot. I watched him at Duke. Shut up. Yeah, man, he looked good yesterday. Who else? They had a dude on the Lakers named Fudge, and people just kept laughing because that name just sounds so. Another guy I like too. I'm pretty sure he'll stick with the Spurs. Pretty sure he'll stick with the Spurs. Yeah. He got a 4-year deal. Yeah, screw. He's not going nowhere. Julian, not Justin, who played yesterday, but Julian. Champagne. I thought looked really good in the games I've watched for the Spurs. And obviously he had like 12 games, 17 games last year for the Spurs. Had a little cup of tea. Played well. Shot really well from outside as well too. Like he shot like 40% off of like 5.4 attempts. But again, it's a small sample size. But he signed, so he's not going to be a free agent to 2027. But he's not guaranteed. 2024-25 is not guaranteed. But they have such a young team. He could just develop with those guys. They're not really. There's no real mandate for those guys, for the Spurs to like try to compete now, so they don't have to really shave them off. But yeah, I would love for I want burping and everything. Burping, I got snot. Every time I talk to you, I got freaking all this phlegm. Wherever Max found exposure, RJ needs to find. All right. Jarrell Williams, I appreciate that. Says get them likes up. I appreciate you. Johnny Juzang. So I didn't see the last game. No, I did see the last game. So he didn't play yesterday. Johnny, I said this the other day. Hold on. Let me blow my nose one more time. Hopefully this is the last time I got to blow my nose, man. It's freaking ridiculous. Oh. Apologies, man. Whew. I could breathe. I like Johnny Juzang for what I saw with the Jazz the other game against the Timberwolves. Again, I don't know what it is with these UCLA guys, man, but they've definitely surprised me, man. It definitely surprised me. I got to eat some crow with my expectations of him and Jamie it's not Vasquez. I got to give him a lot of credit for how they develop in that team. Even Campbell yesterday for the Magic looked all right. Shooting a few shots of the dribble. I know it's G League, so I'm not trying to overhype these guys. But Juzang at last game, he killed. What do you have? Like almost 30 points last game. Very efficient from the field. Very sneaky. It's not even like athletics. It's like the NFL. There's like there's speed, and then there's NBA speed. And he's the type of guy who kind of played his own pace. See, at least from what I saw from what I saw with the in that Jazz the Jazz why is my computer doing hold on guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, Johnny looked good, man. I got to give it up to him. Jaime Vasquez, what his name is. Even though I haven't seen the Heat since, so I got to go back and actually watch. But that first game at Jaime was good. But Johnny, man, that Jazz team, bro, they got players. I'm telling you, Keontae George is going to be the starting guard for the Jazz. He just offers a lot more at this point than Colin Sexton, even a healthy Colin Sexton. I'm sorry. There's no disrespect to Colin Sexton, but nah. Your man George can facilitate, can hit threes, can control the pace of the game, can play off the ball, can find players in spots. Was finding Michael Potter first game. I'm telling you, bro. Like, don't. The Wolves got players. Even Farron Hunt, Nick Legend, Farron Hunt was playing well. Even Farron Hunt was playing well. I don't even know how many. What do you have? He had 10 before I saw the dunk that he had. He played well. Energy guy. Maybe Knicks look to try to bring it back. I don't know, but he'd actually be better than some of the. Let me chill. I was gonna say he actually better than some of the guys we have, but yeah, man. I don't know, man. I got to eat some crow with those UCLA guys. Also, too, I watched Grady D yesterday against the Pistons. Grady D, I think is gonna be fine. Is he a guy who's gonna create space? He's gonna be possibly playing. He's probably more effective off the ball than on the ball. He missed some shots yesterday. Oh my gosh! Late in that game, bro, he missed some gimmies. He missed the one, I think, like the game time three. He missed like several threes before, and his shot just looks so tight. I know it's summer league, so I think his shot will be fine. But Grady D, is he gonna be as hyped up as some people expect? I just don't see it, man. I don't know. But yeah, Johnny J, man. Oh yeah, also too off the screens too was what I liked. From Johnny J. Johnny J's gonna be good, man. This league, I gotta take it back from what I thought about those guys, but yeah, that's probably about it, guys. I want to go and see some of the games. Let me see. If we have one that started already, relatively early, it's already 4:00 over on your side. It's 1:03 over here. Let me see. I know there's a bunch of games today. And also they just shut down Scoot Henderson, so he's done. Philadelphia Hawks. Hawks had some players. Chicago Bulls, Cleveland. I guess I want to see. I want to see up close. Imani Bates. Then you have at 4. So right now it's 4. So at 5, you have Brooklyn Nets, Raptors. 5:30 at Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks. I'm gonna see that. I want to see a Jaime. Then you're gonna have Houston Rockets, Golden State. I want to see my son Cam Whitmore. Charlotte Hornets. I want to watch that game. And then you have the Portland Trailblazers versus the Magic. I'm gonna watch that. Oh, this is nice. And then Minnesota versus Sacramento. Definitely gonna watch that, even though, well, Keegan's ready. He's ready done playing. So we have a lot of games today. So this game is gonna be. This is at 9:30. Oh, it's 9:30 Eastern time. Okay. I was about to say they're playing games at 12. What the hell? Right now we have a game in an hour and a half. So all right. So guys, I appreciate you guys being here with me, man. Again, we're gonna talk more and more. Oh yeah, Trevor Kills he's not an NBA player. I just don't think he's gonna make the team. If he can't shoot, he's not a great on the ball. He's not exposed on the ball. Not really a playmaker. No offense to Trevor Kills. I would have tried to move up to get Jaden Hardy. That would have been a way better developmental prospect, despite his bad shooting numbers and pass through games. I think last game he shot like 5 or 17. Yeah, your man Jared Dudley talking about basically trying to do the negative reinforcement thing with him. Hopefully it works, because I think Jaden Hardy could be a problem in his league scoring wise, and I think the Magic are looking to depend on him next year to be one of their scoring options, typically off the bench, or probably most likely off the bench in relief of a guy like Kyrie Irving, kind of carry the scoring for that second unit. So we'll see. But yeah, Trevor Kills. No offense, I just think we probably should have traded up for Jaden Hardy. I'm pretty sure, because Jaden Hardy dropped so much. From where he was expected to be top 3 in the draft before the season started. So, yeah. Also was giving Grady fits. Yeah, Grady. Yeah, I got to see how he meshes with that. I guess he's supposed to be a replacement maybe for OG. Maybe the succession plan for OG Anunoby. I just think what the Raptors are doing, they're kind of building weird, because even some of the fans don't even like what the Raptors are doing, but it's just kind of building a little bit weird. I wonder if Masai's kind of falling in love with his player assessment, his process. and what he wants. These kind of tall wings, because you could argue they should have drafted a guy like Cam Whitmore over Grady D. You could argue that. You could argue that. And especially you're going to trade guys like Gary Trent Jr., kind of these slashing guards, and what you're going to need some guys who can actually penetrate into the paint. Scotty Barnes for me is overrated. I'm not saying he's not going to be good in this league. I just think what people expect him. I heard some people call him a superstar. And I'm like, I don't know where you get superstar from. Again, his best production came with Pascal on the court, especially 2 years ago. And the offense, at least 2 years ago, was better with Pascal on the court without Barnes. Now, obviously, Barnes was a rookie, but he won Rookie of the Year that year. That's why I thought his Rookie of the Year was a little bit overrated. Like, are you guys watching this guy? I don't think he's as good as some people make him out to be. Now, if K was healthy, he probably should have won it, because I thought K was a lot more composed. Don't look at the efficiency in the numbers per se, but look at his impact. But obviously, they don't just go by impact; they go by numbers mostly for Rookie of the Year. So it is what it is. But yeah, maybe Cam Whitmore should have been the choice for the Raptors. And also, yeah, I was talking to that guy yesterday, the father. He was like, "Yeah, I wish we would have drafted one of the twins over Anthony Black." So it is what it is. Good luck to everybody's teams and whatnot out there. Hopefully, your prospects all pan out. Prospects pan out for you guys. Creates a way better NBA. Creates a way better future. So it is what it is. I don't wish bad for any of these guys. I'm just trying to, spit the real. But guys, about to head out to some games, man. So I appreciate you guys being here. Peace, Lou, God bless, and I will talk to you guys later. Please hit likes as you head out. Appreciate all the love and support, man. We're out. Peace.